All right, my friends, here we are. Welcome to the dojo. Happy 4th of July and all that stuff. Um, yeah, happy to be here to do this show for maybe I'll get outside a little bit myself. Okay, this is the first show I feel we got it together. We dialed it in with the Dojo 2.0 to where we're just solid now, where we got the people organized by rating. We got the people. There was a lot of weird graduations happening at the beginning, and I think we're kind of done with that. So, pumped to see it. We have 9 graduations today. Let's get into it. Okay. So, first of all, Quite Night. Let me read this. The Polgar mates in everyone's first chess workbook are great when you put in the work. Yes, sir. Longer games are a good way to learn and grow. Started in 3-400 and found I wasn't ready. Then got the Polgar and chess workbook, put in some sweat work, and I think I'm ready to give it another go. Nice. Okay, let's check out Quite Night. So, interestingly, right, they started their rating gone down a little bit. So, maybe this isn't an official graduation, but I like what they did in terms of putting in the work first. Let's go see how it looked. So, in the 0 to 300, they did a bunch of tactics, some games and analysis. Let's click on this. The algorithm. Fantastic. And we click on this bad boy. And then we got Polgar mates in 114 of them. Nice. Okay. Well, very good. Very good. Okay. So, let's see if we find some games. Quite Night. Bang. Nice. What is my favorite opening? I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe in favorite openings. Need to work on slowing down and thinking. Need to work on converting the position. Okay, I like this. I like the arrows too. Fine. Fine. Incorrect, of course. Now, one reason not to be studying openings at this level is they're going to do weird stuff like this. By contrast, White here is playing all GM moves so far. Yeah, and this is what you get. This is just what you're going to get at this level. Okay? As long as he's developing, I don't care. Now here, I get it. He wants to stop the movement of the A-pawn. That A-pawn ain't going nowhere. Just bring out your knight, son. I think a lot of players when they're beginning, I've taught for chess for years, and this thing where you try to bring out the rooks from the side, it's a very common, it's one of the first intuitions that people have. Okay, so here we go. Bang! Good move. Doesn't see it. Bam! Take that. Bam! Take that. Welcome to the dojo, son. Get out of there, buddy. Give him bishop f7. Do you give it to him? Bam! Yeah. Yeah, dude. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get some. Bam! 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 Queen h5! Oh, this dude's playing good chess now. Check to the miserable king. Bam! 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 I was going to say bam with queen f7. This is pretty good. This is good enough. This is good enough, son. Now that's weird. Now rook e1 is just weird, bows. Now timeout. Now some weird stuff happened, but here you have a mate. Checkmate. Okay. Now, what's cool about this game is dude we don't know how long dude was taking on the moves, but definitely longer than his opponent. And check to the miserable king. White wins on time. Opponent did not play another move for the last 10 minutes and up winning on time. That's rude, of course. but you get that at this level. Okay, that was really good, dude. I will have a great day. You already helped me have a good day, Quiet Night. So we're going to see more of Quiet Night, I think. Dude is definitely going to be going up. And I think one of the beautiful things about the dojo and, evolution of the dojo is the way we now have a lot of people at this lower cohort, and they understand. Usually, let me put it this way. Like, let's say you're just beginning chess. Especially if you're just playing online, you wouldn't have anyone to talk to about it. Your studying would be, it wouldn't have any focus, Whereas this dude, we're giving him something clear to focus on, and he's doing it. He's absolutely bringing it. So we're gonna see more of this dude. I like it. Okay, that was good, man. Let's go back just for a second. So we go activity, and then dude's already bringing it out for the 3 to 400. He's doing the games and analysis, dude. Rapid. Okay, rapid's not so bad. Oh, I like it, man. It's beautiful. Okay, that's really good. So next up, we got E. Young PC. E. Young PC. We have seen this dude before. He has graduated a bunch of times. Let's click on this dude. This dude has gone up 634. Then I guess this is his preferred with Elite Chess. Dang, that's pretty good. Okay, let's look at activity. Lots of tactics, dude. Lots of tactics. Now, wait a second, though. You see the guy. These are different cohorts. You can see the dude has gone up on. And we got to go up to 700. He's done some games and analysis. Let's just click on this. Dang, look at that. What a graph. What a graph, dude. That's pretty good. Mostly everyone's first chess workbook. And, everyone's first chess. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, let's see this dude's games. Okay. The hillbilly attack. We're going to flip this. D5. It's just a terrible move. Now let me just say about this hillbilly attack. Don't ever do it, first of all. Second of all, at this level, they're probably not going to know about the hillbilly attack, And this now dude is just, I don't know. No one knows what he's doing. Got to be a good move. That's got to be a mistake. Good move. Yeah, buddy. All right. Queen G5. Bang. We're doing great. That ain't it. We can just tell him right now. We can tell him right now that wasn't it. Okay. So H6 looks devastating. It's hard to imagine not losing your knight after H6. But okay, Queen E7, it's a good-looking move. And now DE4. So what it meant is that he needed to play F4 with a completely nasty position. Bang! There we go. Give me that, son. Here I thought a bit good about which piece to take. Taking the bishop would give me the two bishops with an open position. There's no wrong decision on this one. If I put in my own words, I like both. I would say the value of that pawn on D3 is that he needs to play D3 so bad that this is really in his way. The real drawback is you're allowing rook E1. Uh-oh, and you did that. I don't like that. Buddy, what's going on? No. You need to put some question marks here. You need to put some question marks. Mouse, he can snip here, and Papo Lapo here. Come on. What are we doing? Oh, no. Oh no, advantage gone. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yep. Okay. Now, obviously, you're wailing on him. That's a weird move. Decided to start pressing my pawn majority. Now, I have a feeling E. Young's chess would be helped by not knowing the word pawn majority. In any case, there's no pawn majority, Bows. You don't got any pawn majority. You need to bring out your pieces. Knight a6, knight d7, rook d8. These are the candidate moves. Oh! Yep. We're hanging our stuff. Wow. Okay. Dude just wants to trade it all down. A little weird. Take it, pawn. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Snippos. White resigns. Okay. So that was interesting. A lot of hanging pieces. And one of the cool things here is dude has definitely made a lot of progress here. And the obvious thing, across the board, okay, getting out of 1,000 is about not hanging your stuff. It's all about not hanging your stuff. And so, let's just say that game showed a bunch where dude was still hanging his stuff. There's a lot about board vision of being just able to see that you're hanging your stuff. So, the good news is, by slowing down, you're going to do much better in that regard than your opponents, as in that game, right? And the grind for you now, anybody at this level, is just to not hang your business, right? Other stuff like knowing words like pawn majority, that can wait. And we have, look, he's doing the blunder games. That's really good, man. We need him to be doing the blunder games. Okay, beautiful. So, let's go Samerla. It says I've clicked on Samerla before. Maybe I have a vague memory of this. Samerla's obviously crushing it. Over here, 142-point game. And actually, let me just check something. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Not loading. Not loading. Uh-oh, internal server error. Don't give me that, Bows. Right, okay, so there's Samerla. All right, let's click on activity. Dude's been doing a lot of endgames. So let's click 104. Beautiful chart, by the way. Great chart. Endgames, tactics, analysis. Let's see the endgames here. The Silman endgame. Very good. Very good. Okay. This looks great, dude. What are they doing non-dojo? Books. Okay, as in other chess books. Great. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. That's the way it should look. That's the way it should look. And let's now check out some games. No games. So kind of a bummer about the no games. And it looks like they have been doing it. If I click on that thing, maybe I don't know. Maybe dude didn't register himself right in the games or something like that. Okay. Zach on track. Let's check Zach on track out. 126 points. People are just crushing it, man. Welcome to the dojo. Activity. Now this is their last one, so let's go back. So dude has done, at least, I was going to say he hasn't done that much work. It could be he's just not logging it. Well, we're about to find out if Zach has done some games here. I click this. Games and annotated games. Okay, let's see if Zach's got one. No rows. Well, Zach, I don't know what to say. Okay, good. All right. So, recent, bang. That was Zach on track. And now we got Pugnail. Let's read. Lead chess ratings should probably be tweaked on this site. I don't think I'm actually 1200 plus FIDE. Now, the lead chess ratings, man, they're so inflated, and I think they're accelerating. Like the inflation there is accelerating, you know? Doing the program mates in 1 was amazing. I learned so many new basic patterns that are insanely useful in all stages of the game. 3, playing long games and analyzing them made me fall in love with chess even more. I thought it would be boring, but it has been really fun. Oh, beautiful. I know you are looking to reform the Discord channels, and I think it's really needed. Too little activity in the cohorts. I think bringing people together to make the Discord feel less dead would be good. Hey, Kostya, you hear that, buddy? Hey, Kostya, you hear what this dude's saying about your stupid Discord? Right, this website is the Chess Dojo training program. And what I'm showing you here is the behind the scenes stuff. It's a beautiful thing. And so if you're interested, though, all you have to do is go exclam 2.0, and I'm going to do it right here. Bam! There's a link to how you can get into the Chess Dojo training program. Very simple idea, though. We have materials and cohorts that are working to make progress. And on this show, I celebrate every week those few, the proud, who have made it to the next level, right? And we're going to kind of see what they did to make it to the next level. And Pugnail, I just want to say, I totally hear you. The thing with okay, I want to address the two main concerns one by one. The thing with the ratings is we did it, for 1.0. It was kind of a lot of hard work to get the rating translator. And I think stuff is changing since then. I think everything is inflating more than FIDE. So, and we'll look at his rating, his lead chess rating. It might even be over 2,000, dude. It is so out of control with the lead chess. So we do need to be on that. It's a lot of work, actually, to get that translation correct. And Kostya did reorganize the Discord recently. Did it help? I don't know. Let me say this, though. My hope for the site is the Discord can still be a place where people, chat and address questions. But let me guys show you the real power of the dojo here. Let's say I click calendar. Bam! So check out this. This is all the cohorts. The green stuff is me and Kostya or David streaming. But here, what you see, these are all people who want to book sessions. So let's say I click this thing. So Leo here, 1900, wants to do any of those things, okay? Now, you can see it's only available to those cohorts, the ones that he's willing to work with, right? So one of the cool things is, let's say I click, wait a second, out of here, and I go down here, and I take that off, and I just want to see this one. Well, then I got Pixari, right? And that dude wants to play a game, right? So anyways, what am I trying to say? The real value of the dojo, okay, is you have the material and then you have the sparring partners to do stuff with. And it's not just sparring partners. You can find people to go over games with, your own or the games in the training program, right? You can have people to read the books through with you, ask questions, get in a group like this dude's ready to do, right? This dude just wants to play a game, but you see what I mean, right? Let's click another one just to show. Say you got 1400. This dude, right? He also wants to play a game. He's saying when the time he can do it. So I would like to have even more people using this, and this is what I want. It's not that it'll ever replace the Discord, but the Discord, first of all, it's kind of hard to learn. And this, I feel, is really basic. So this is the main thing I'm hoping people, instead of saying the Discord is dead, if they wanted to complain that this thing was dead, that would touch my coconuts a little bit more, because this is the place where people, need to get together to get the requirements done. Okay. So, let's go back to, this is Pugnail. We're going to click on Pugnail. We're going to see their lead chess rating. It's pretty high up there. Okay, so he's gained 114. And let's look at the activity. And then we're going to go back. Oh, so not so much. Not so much. Hopefully, we'll see some games and analysis here. Looks like he's done some mate in twos. Okay, good. Let's see games. And this is going to be Cool Master X. Analysis made without engine. Good. This move is more dangerous than it looks. It's usually called the wing gambit. He has a similar idea against the French, and probably a better version of this thing than here. But the idea is basically to get your pawn off c5 so that white can play d4 themselves. Okay. I like this move a lot. And my normal instinct when my opponent plays a weird move is to look for one breaking open the center. Brilliant, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll show the fastest game in U.S. Championship history went like this. Pop. Pop. Oh! And he resigned. And he resigned. Oh, buddy. Oh, so sorry. You see, though, the idea with a3, the idea is to really just get that pawn out all of the way. I would say to give you a sense of how this opening can look, a little bit stronger, the idea anyway, is here. This isn't as ridiculous, but it's the same idea, to get your c-pawn out of the center like this, and then play for c3, bishop d3, castles, the whole business. Okay, but here we go. d5, perfect, perfect. Knight c3, I'll tell you what, that ain't it. That ain't it, son. e6, okay. Honestly, not a bad intuition, because you are going to get all your pieces developed. Very good. That's a poor check. So why is it a poor check? Because he's getting in the way of his bishop. Good job. There you go, buddy. Knight d7. He probably thought he was going to win the business. This guy's losing his mind. Now, at this level, what are we going to see? We're going to see people not respecting time, right? Thank you very much. In fact, I'm going to say I've seen a number of dojo games where we're just thrashing these people because they don't respect the time. And that's what I want to see, man. Because you don't respect time, you deserve to get it. I think that's a cool counterattack. Now, I think you have a better move, though. Well, he might be hosed this way, too. But the simple move would be here, and then he can't defend bishop d4. And so here he could at least, I don't know, it's a bad thing. And dc5, knight c5, I don't think you can do it, because then he goes and talks to your knight, right? Goes and talks to your knight, and then, so he's not going to lose a full piece. Okay, and now you got him. The E knight is very weak. I don't know what he's going to do, though, because you're still going to win the pawn on d4. Thank you very much. Oh, baby. Oh, take it easy, Bows. Take it easy, Bows. You don't need to do him like that. You don't need to do him like that. There we go. That's simple chess. That ain't it. Bam! Look at that. Knight d4. Check to the miserable king. King d1. Checkmate. That's what these people deserve, man. Checkmate, my friend. That dude, this dude's bringing it. Cool, Master X. Is that Kostya in the chat or is that David, man? Kostya, let me just read to you what this dude said about you. He said, I think the Discord channels are dead, Baus. He says they're dead. Oh, look at this. This is a new feature I didn't even realize. You hover over it. Somehow I did that. I don't even know how I did it. Oh, no, I want to bring it back. Oh, I hovered over it. Oh, there it is. Oh, it disappeared. Whatever that was. See, that's great, dude. Look at that. I haven't seen that before. Okay, here we got Vulus. We're climbing the ladder here. And they've gone up 338 in ye old Lichess. Also, Kostya, if that's you. Hey, jerk. Yes, we're working on improving things. One thing dude said, also, Kostya, I want to just bring up, is dude says that the Lichess he feels is so inflated. This is me interpreting, dude. So inflated that we should go and look, re-examine our rating translations. And well, we both know eventually it's going to have to happen because that Lichess thing, it's inflating so fast, you know, that we're just losing our mind here. Okay, so first let's see how they got here. 14 points, not so much. A little bit of endgame, a little bit of game analysis, 7 hours of work. Now, one thing I just say, it's interesting. I don't know if it's interesting, maybe expected. The higher up you go, the more time we're seeing that people are studying. So, you know, me and Kostya, hundreds and hundreds of hours, you know, and over here, these people are making progress just with 7 hours. Just with 7 hours, man. Okay, so this is Vulus. Let's see if Vulus has got a game. Vulus, bang. Okay, this was the first game I played with the cohort. For this game, I checked a few games he played on Lichess and found out his main opening choice against e4 is the Sicilian. Once again, I did not know any theories. Okay. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Okay. Now, knight b3 isn't so terrible. But the thing we should say is, let's say you don't know anything here, right? That's fine. You don't need to know anything here. Black is doing some very highfalutin stuff, right? Making 1,000 pawn moves. And knight b3 is maybe playable, but it's a little weird because, hey, you're up in time, Baus. And I get it. You want to put your bishop here, bishop on b3, right? That's what you end up doing. Not a bad idea. A simpler way would just be to take the thing and bam, and bam, and bam. One quick story. So I did this Chessable course about what I call the aggressive repertoire, and I had precisely that plan in there. And dude was like, well, I'm a 1900 and, you know, I just think that for my level, I need to know more than putting the bishop on d3 and f4 and castles and playing for mate. I was like, no, Baus, you do not. You do not. In fact, knowing more would just hurt you. It would just hurt you. In any case, why is knight b3 controversial? Because it is not a developing move. Pop, good. This is a common mistake where the thing is, like, you look at black played 1,000 pawn moves to take squares away from your knight. And now he's thinking about, like, maybe I'm going to take that knight. And sometimes they do, and it's like, Baus, where'd you learn to play the game, Baus? You can't be giving me your good bishop. And then after all that, yeah, taking 1,000 tempi. Bishop hunting, too. So bishop g5, fine. You could have played f4, too. He's a bishop hunter. Here, white can take by queen and pawn, or pawn. I prefer pawn because pawns are connected. Yeah. Queen d3, I prefer just because it's a developing move. But you're right, it's not a bad move. C d3. Okay. Notice that black had to spend a tempi to go win your bishop, and that queen d3 is really another developing move. h6, okay. Okay, so you want another tempo. e5 has to be okay. Check to the miserable queen. Knight e7. And now you play queen f3. Now, let me just say, this is the point in our program when we say that this dude needs to go. He has been here too long, and it's time to put him out of his misery because dude is just refusing to develop their stuff. Okay? So the basic one here that we should definitely play is ye old 94. Look at that thing. Oh, baby, we're going to land in this guy. Oh, don't put it like that. Kostya's listening, buddy. Don't talk about landing in people. Come on. This is a family show. Well, I'm just telling you, it wouldn't be a family maneuver to be playing 94. That's all I'm trying to say, okay? But queen f3 is a good developing move. You're preventing b5. Also a good developing move. And now you kind of need a plan. And 94 to d6 looks amazing because black wants to put the bishop here, here, has to put it there. Once it gets there, then we might even have some problems. But we can prevent it with 94. Poop, 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 okay? The intention, at the very least, is good, to prevent bishop b7. We unfortunately have that to worry about. Okay. Good. So let's appreciate what happened here. So dude played knight 3 e4, and it's a mistake in that he missed queen d4. However, the computer is going to interpret it as fine for white. And let's just say we need to, we would need to understand why. Right? Otherwise, we just play rook fd1. If I was playing this game, I definitely want to consider this move for sure. Okay, and after queen d4, we need an idea. Right? We need an idea. And now I'm just staring at it for a second. So b3 isn't it, right? Because that's taking forever. Rook fd1 would be el naturale, but then queen takes b2 is an issue for a tissue. So this isn't easy. So the computer, for example, sees something here. I don't know what it is. Our challenge is black will play something like knight d5 or knight f5 fairly soon. Trip been saying, dude, that even if you don't get better, man, your lead chess rating will still go up on lead chess. I know, I've been observing it from afar, dude. Okay, I could spend a while here, but I can't see the obvious plan for white to get amazing play here. I believe there must be, but I don't see it, at least immediately. Okay, b3. Black's refusal to develop continues. Rook fd1. Refusal to develop. Queen g3, I like it. And now we need to hurt him. Now, one of the things I just want you to see, Volas, is earlier you had this option to do knight e4, d6 with a pawn on e5. And you eventually do. It looks great. This dude's determined. He is determined. Now, why, though, do we take... Oh, great. I was going to ask, why do you take the knight, the bishop? But you said it yourself. I think this was the most important thing I learned from this game. I shouldn't trade my great knight for this bishop. Exactamundo. The other thing that you can probably observe about the decision to take is you probably felt nervous about a variety of things at this point. So, for example, when you take, you could be nervous, oh, maybe my knight is in trouble. You could be nervous about that move, you know? All these things are things that you could conceivably worry about. You could be worried about like bishop g4 and some other weird thing. But the point is exactly what you just said, that your knight is a beast and you don't ever want to trade it. And let me just say, to put a finer point on it, even at a higher level, people will be tempted to relieve the tension when there's a lot of different options on the table. And because it's easier, it's like the cognitive dissonance of worrying about this, that, and the other thing. And so it takes strength and skill to not do the easy move, right? Which is like this one, knight c8. By the way, when you do the easy move, doesn't mean your life gets easier. No, game goes on. Game goes on. It's still really complicated. This is a huge blunder because the back rank idea. Pop, pop, pop. Very good. And now notice that black is now up in time in the sense that the h6 move gives him a out, and you do not have an out. Now, I don't know if it's a huge blunder, though. Let's talk about huge blunders. There's no way for black to actually crush you, and you did have to worry about rook takes d1, rook d1, b4, right? So, unless I'm missing something here, maybe maybe knight d5 here, huh? Maybe that might hurt you. All right, still gonna play queen d2, and this is gonna transpose, I guess, to this thing. Yeah, good. That's good analysis. That's good analysis, right? And then you can ask yourself, what's the eval here? And it's going to be close because we have to evaluate this position. Yeah, it's going to be close. But let's just say, at the bare minimum, black can just say they're clearly better with a move like queen f5 or queen g6. Okay. He missed the chance. Now I equalize. Now wait a second. Oh. Wait a second, though. You got to play a3 here, Baus, right? No a3. And here the question is, what about rook c4? It's not over yet after rook c4. Now maybe the game is a draw. He offered a draw. I think this is a great game. Both of us had some mistakes, but b4 is a blunder and nearly cost me the game. Now, one annoying thing I can say here is that you shouldn't take a draw here. Yeah. Now, objectively, maybe, but let's just consider for a second. Let's say dude plays king f8, and we play knight d5. This at least gives our opponent some things to worry about. If king e8, we come in, right? Maybe knight d6, okay? And then we go here, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. And maybe it is a draw. However, we're giving let's just say mistakes will be made here. So it's not a draw. This is I guarantee you, if you analyze this thing, Even though it looks so simple, it will become one of the most complicated things you've ever looked at. So in an objective sense, maybe, but in a I don't know what you want to call it sense, it's not even close to a draw. People will make mistakes. Somebody's going to lose this thing. Okay, good. So, good progress. That was Vulus. And Vulus is in the 1400 cohort. Great, dude. Okay, pop. So that's Vulus, and now we're gonna look. Oh, Charlie Silva's here, and he's in chat, dude. Nice, dude. Okay, Charlie Silva's here. In chat, he's known as Mr. Hockey Chess, dude. Let's read what dude says here. I'm finally deciding it is time to graduate after being in the same cohort since the beta. I crossed the ChessCom rating in January, but for someone like me, it is hard to feel I deserve to graduate if it wasn't done sticking to all the values of the training program. I decided to use my Lichess, but I feel like this isn't completely fair either, as it has been maybe over a year since I've done a classical game in the correct time controls. So this graduation is based by going over the classical rating via Lichess, which, as we've talked about, Mr. Charlie Silva, is inflated beyond all belief, bows. Well, look at your other ratings too, buddy. But note the time control is 30 plus 20. I spend a considerable amount of time on chess and feel like the program in 2s are quite beneficial with improving calculations and visualization beyond just the maiden 2 scenarios. Yeah, I do wish the cohorts were more active, as this would benefit all of us tremendously. Long live the dojo. Nice, dude. Yeah. I totally agree with all of that. And the second person talking about the cohorts being a little bit inactive. And I'm actually, in a little bit, we'll go look at the scoreboard and look at some stats for activity. But first, let's go celebrate Mr. Charlie Silva. All right, first of all, dude is at 1544 ChessCom. We could look at, that's pretty right on, dude. I think 1544, maybe it's 1550, but it's somewhere around there. And then you got 1759 Lichess, okay? And then we want you to play a real, we want you to have an over-the-board rating too, bows. Over 1600 in January. Maybe that's what it is. Well, we can go take a look later at that. Okay, so bam. All right, so let's look over here. That's a pretty good pie chart, Mr. Charlie Silva. He's done some mega non-dojo. What is that? What is it? Twitch? Is that just Twitch time? Twitch time. A gazillion hours. Well, I can't even count the zeros. My eyes aren't that good. My eyes aren't even that good. Oh, man. Okay. So this is a great pie chart. Let's click on, like, say, middle games and strategy. Okay. I clicked on that because I was like, is Charlie Silva, maybe he's not a dude to read the books, you know? Tactics. Oh, it's not letting me click. There's the, that's looking really good, dude, with the postmortems too. Review with the plus, review with the minus. Cohort games. Okay, I'm into this. Let me hear, that wasn't it. I wanted to click on, it's not letting me click on L Tactics. It's letting me click on the openings. Okay, cool. And then if we look at this one, Charlie Silva's already out there doing a lot of endgame stuff. The algorithm, okay. Some opening, some tactics. It's not letting me, oh, there it is. Polgar mates in 2. Dude has done 385 of them. Okay, genius. All right, let's see Charlie Silva. Oh, no, Charlie Silva, what have you done to me, bows? What are you supposed to be a model member of the dojo? The values of the dojo. All that other stuff, bows. Where's your game, boss? Oh, man. Jeez, Melise. I have analysis. You sound like some thief. I have analysis. I have analysis. But I do not have analysis, Mr. Charlie Silva. Look at Discord. Look at Discord. I'm looking at the site, boss. Publish your games, boss. I tell you what. You send that business to me on Discord. Or you tell me where on Discord. And then I'm going to go look. We're going to look at the scoreboard for just a second. And we're going to look at these stats. We're going to change this active inactive thing because it's a little bit misleading. There's something wrong with this stat over here. Total time, average time. There's our total dojo score, average dojo score. Look at that thing. It rises, dude. It rises as we go up. Okay, that was not as helpful as I wanted it to be. All right, so dude is saying I gotta consult his messages. All right, I'll go consult. I'll go consult. Bam. Opening El Discordium. Kostya's favorite little playground. Oh, it's taking forever. All right. Charlie Silva's writing me. Kostya's writing me. Okay, time out. What is this? Oh my God. He sent it as like a message, bows. Oh no. Oh, this is terrible, dude. It's like, no, Charlie Silva. This is some, hold on. Oh no. What has he done to me? Oh my God, it is the most nasty thing. And then how am I supposed to view it? Or do I got to go to like a chess.com board and open it up in a chess.com board, Charlie Silva? What are you doing to me, Bows? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm literally, it won't let me do any kind of control A or anything, dude. All right, here we go. I'm going to go control C. We're going to see if this works. We're going to go chess common analysis board. This is for you, Charlie Silva. This is for you, Bows. I can't believe we're breaking all the rules of the dojo here. New room. Here we go. Pop. All right, it worked. That part worked. That part worked. Okay, so you guys can see this business over here. That looks okay. We're gonna flip the board here, Charlie Silva. All right. Okay, so here we go. He can't stand when they do this. They can give me the bishop, okay? Check to the miserable king. So why is that a mistake? Because that's a developing move. Pop, pop. And now, Charlie, I just want you to appreciate you are down 1,000 tempi. 1,000. Oh, it's raining. Castles. C takes. Now, if white were sensitive to your developing woes, then maybe queen takes d4 here. I thought this move was slow and a waste of time. Exactly. So one thing to appreciate is that you are getting away with not developing your stuff because your opponents aren't busting your face open when you play, when you lose 1,000 tempi like this. It would be good to talk about what moves, and you kind of mentioned bishop e3, that's fine. But like rook e1 comes to mind, something like that. There's a lot of grief he could throw at you here. Okay, but here we go. h3, good move. Oh, you don't like it. I thought it was okay, man. Okay, was e5 also possible? Yes, but the nice thing about e6 is the whole idea of the Sicilian, okay? This is why it's a highfalutin opening, is you are taking away the squares from the knights, in particular this bad boy right here, but both of them. By taking those squares away, you are making a claim that you are undeveloping them where they stand. And so, yes, e5 would win a tempo, but it would also give away the d5 square. And now maybe knight f5 might be a good move, but also knight b3, followed by bishop g5, snippo, snappo, and paparapo over here, you know? So I don't think that's terrible. Good move. Always get the queen out of pins. We call those discovered attacks, but I get it. Now your opponent not developing, right? I'm glad you didn't take on b2. Oh, buddy. Oh, no. Okay, so this is an example of where you are obsessed about this e5 thing, but e5 does not develop any of white's pieces. So what would have been correct? You castle. You do not fear e5. And then here, you can do a variety of moves. Bishop c6 comes to mind. Rook fd8 comes to mind. You're doing great. This knight e5 thing's a chump. Right? Yeah. Dude created a weakness. Dude created a weakness, which I will hop on. Okay. What should dude do? Dude should play bishop g5, kill your knight, and land the big fatty on the square you just gave it. I'll just make a little announcement. I got conned into doing another Chessable course. This one will be very short, hopefully. It will not take me 1,000 years, hopefully. But the course is really going to be just a simple primer on using time in the opening. And a nice rule of thumb here that we can see applied is that 3 tempi are worth a pawn. So definitely white's given... I mean, both players have been donating tempi, just like it's like they're free, right? Anyways, so it's clear that for both players, even if it's hard for them to improve tactically or whatever, the immediate gains of winning tempi are there to be had. Good move. That's got to be okay. That ain't it. That ain't it, Bose. That ain't it. Okay. Oh, my God. This dude's just giving you the tempi. Yeah. And I think Castle's short has to be correct. Well, it looks like we're taking everything. We're just taking everything. Thanks. Now, that's a good note, Charlie Silva. I like that note. Bam! I'm just taking everything now. Okay. Now, we do need a good move in this position. And, you know, one thing I think I noticed in your notes, it was very hard to read, Mr. Charlie Silva. By the way, Mr. Charlie Silva, let me tell you the good news. Jack has developed this amazing thing where you can enter your games into our database. And when you enter it, I can watch. I can see. Your friends can see, Bose. Everybody can see your annotations. So I'm just trying to say, bud, you know, you could have done it that way. Okay. So, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that in those notes that I saw on Discord, okay, I'm going to check. It seemed like there was the Lichess timestamps. And that would be cool if you put them in Jack's thing, then Jack's game viewer can translate those. And so we would be able to see the time spent on all this stuff. Okay. So, my friends, here we go. This is a critical position for black. I think that's got to be El Correcto Mundo move. It's a little hectic, but nota bene, that the knights, plural, are hosed by your big fat center pawn, stopping them from doing anything. And here you would want to calculate a little bit, right? So, but if he goes here, we go here. If we goes here, we tap the knight, probably that way. So we're looking at him. And I don't think he wins a pawn. No pawn for you. No pawn for you. Anyways, here we go. Pop. We lose a pawn. Okay. Holding it under control. That doesn't do much. Now, the problem with playing knight d2 is we are going to allow the bishop to talk to our pawn on b4. Would bishop d8 have won the business? Would rook a8 have won the business? Looks like it. And look, you got that in your notes too, boss. Okay. I sort of don't like my move so much as it allows the dark square bishop to reposition and gain some activity. Also, you're winning the queen, boss. It's over. Rook a8. So what we would want is a question mark here, Charlie Silva. Now it makes me a little nervous with the black king being exposed. That wasn't it. So maybe he's got to do it that way, but maybe this move is clever. I don't know. I was hoping to make a tricky wicky here, but you just go there, boss. Yep. Okay. So rook ac1. Oh, now we got a castle, man. Thinking I'm trapping the queen. Boom. Okay, Charlie Silva, boss. I can tell a lot of things are going wrong here. You need to be a little more sensitive to these tactical opportunities. And here, I think you're going to have to take, dude. Now, at least now, some real dangerous stuff is going on, such as him taking all your coconuts, dude. And then what's going to happen? He takes all your coconuts, dude. Okay, this is called a coconut taking festival here. So you're still under control here. It's hectic, but you still have the control. And we need a good move. Maybe you write bishop e6, probably okay. And the reason that we still want to believe in your position is this guy's bad. Really critical to see that that's the reason that we might be on top. I think another critical variation is here, 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 kicking the rook out of there, getting our king active, and yes, they win a pawn, but they lose the exchange. And these are the kinds of variations we want to really work with in the notes, Charlie. This is how you'll learn. So let's just say, like, obviously you missed it, queen c7. I get it, but you can't be letting him take all your coconuts, buddy. Like this. Oh no, now we don't know what's happening anymore. And now, like, that move scares me big time. Queen takes f6 followed by bishop takes b4. Scares me big time. Yeah. Check to the rook. And again, you're losing time here. Well, no, that's right. You have to do it. Sorry, my bad. You got to do it. Knight f4. And okay, so let's just say this is white's opportunity to find something nasty. Does he have something nasty? I don't know yet. I don't know. I just know I'm scared out of my mind. Maybe, dude. Maybe you're going to survive this thing. Even though we're down a pound, bows. Okay, knight f4. Good. Rook c7. And now you did this thing, bows. Okay, fine. Queen e4. Dude, bishop e6, that's a good move. That's a good move, man. So we got it. So let me just say it. Charlie, bows. If he makes a mistake, right, write it out. Say, bows, that's a mistake. What's a mistake? Yeah, he blew it. Bam! Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Charlie Silva, let me tell you something, buddy. When you take a full piece, that's not a clear advantage. That's a win. That's a win, boss. And that ain't it. That ain't it. Trading down. There you go. Now you're crushing it. You're doing great, dude. Oh, that's a nice one. Check to the miserable king. There we go, buddy. There we go. Yo, boss. Yeah. Okay, my friends. Great. Boom. Leave. All right, so we'll go recent. That was Mr. Charlie Silva right there. We got two more. Mom Jeans Boy. We've had this dude's graduated before. Mom Jeans Boy. I remember this dude. At least I think so. ChessCom Rapid. This person's gained 340. That's not chump change right there. Activity. Lots of endgames. Some Silmans. So this person, no games. A little hard to know what to do here. They're clearly making progress, but we don't know what they're doing. We don't know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure, too, that Mom Jeans Boy was around from before, from before with Dojo 1.0. Okay. So let's do another one. This is going to be the final one for today. This is going to be Think Lazy. Oh, and he got a note, a nice little simple note. Accountability. There we go. Okay, Think Lazy. 143-point game. Great, dude. And they don't have, not too much is happening with the old USCF. One of the things, too, I've noticed about the training program is USCF, right, and FIDE over the board, it takes, obviously, more time. The feedback loop is just slower because let's say you go out and play a tournament, you play 5 games, maybe you have a bad tournament, right? And then when are you going to get to play again? It's going to take a while. Whereas you log on to ChessCom or Elite Chess, boom, 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 you can get some feedback on your play immediately. And then, of course, the problem there is just the lack of deep thinking, not only of yourself, but of your opponents. I've really noticed that going over Jamil's games recently. Like these chumps, they're just not even thinking. They might be very talented, but when I'm looking at the games they're playing with Jamil, it's just like, God, they're not even pondering. Where's the ponder? Where's the ponderosa pine, my friend? Adult chess improver, Think Lazy, boom, activity, some tactics. Okay. Good. And this is how they got there. 30 points. 55 hours. We're going to see some game analysis here. What do they do non-dojo? Little blitz, a little bit of everything. Okay. That's pretty good, man. All right, let's click on tactics. Good. That's a good pie chart. Let's click on games. Good. Got some post-mortems too. Okay. Let's click Think Lazy. And then we'll click here. Pop. I'm going to tell Kostya here. Kostya is going to come on after me. And we'll say off in about 5 to 10. So, I was a little intimidated playing an 1800 while I'm running on a very bad losing streak. With knight of 5-6, it's fun to play as I don't know what's coming. Fair. Okay. Fine. Okay, this is all deep theory. And here you go for it with knight d5. Okay, here I jumped the gun and trusted my recollection with a quick calculation. Simon, I have a bad feeling it's the dreaded Simon Williams. Ginger GM. Simon talks about this lie. The main idea being if knight d5, then cd5, and the bishop does not have a good place to go. Gains time for white. Okay. Now, let's say the obvious, knight d5 is mildly controversial because we are losing time. So, I believe I've seen this move too. It's highfalutin because here black should consider two things, e4 and rook e8. And bishop e7, maybe not entirely terrible. It's the passive way of playing the position, right? The one that's really kind of frightening is like, well, what is happening after this, you know? I assume like knight g5, and then he can sack the pawn. It might get a little hairy. And then, of course, with rook e8 as well. A little bit hard to know how we're going to deal with ye old e4. In fact, e4, knight g5, just no lo puedo because of knight d5, cd, and then this kind of business. So that's my main question. That would be my question right there. How are we going to deal with e4? So again, the problem with, like, let's say we've got a maneuvering position. We're trying to remember when knight d5 is good. Might be wrong, right? Might be wrong. Okay, here we go. Knight d5. You caught a break. Knight e7. Now, let me turn you on to what you're doing here. Let me read first what you said, and then we'll talk about it. I did not understand why black will play this. Okay, if black was okay giving up the dark square bishop. I took the opportunity and took the bishop. After thought, there is nothing black can do. Knight d5 has the same problem of losing the e4 pawn, so maybe castle was better, but it's all good. Okay, here's the trick though. When you take on e7, you take his worst piece, the dark square bishop. Why is that the worst piece? Because dude's probably going to set up with d6. You are also developing the queen. Very important to see that you're developing the queen here. Further, you probably need to play d3 pronto because e4 is going to be unpleasant. Okay? So, I'm with you that castles seems correctamundo. And one good thing is, let's say castles, and then they hit you with e4. Now that the bishop's in the way of defenders, it's not as easy for black to hold on to that pawn. They could still play rook e8 here. The game goes on. All right, knight e7, queen e7, castles. Here, black should, they should play e4 and think about it later. Let's put it that way. All right, d6, d4. Okay. I think that's the right spirit of the move. The big question is, what are you going to do on e4? Of course. And you put this in a note. And we got to say that that's no bueno, right? So you're absolutely right to ask that this whole time, both players are not seeing that e4 is the big question mark. Why is the e4 the big question mark? Because your knight is a strong piece, and e4 will pop it out of there. You know, it will lose its role in this game. So he definitely does a service for you by taking. Though maybe, probably, there's a narrative on black's part that your rook on e2, your pawn on e2 will be hanging if dude plays knight d4. Now, interestingly, maybe this is a playable thing to do. However, let's say if he did it this way, this is arguably better because now black has a question to ask you with c5. Like that might be coming now, right? Okay, so I think d4 is in the right spirit of the opening, But one of the reasons it's not working is because you gave black development, right? So you need to keep things closed with d3. And honestly, I like this position fine for you. I think it's double-edged. It's interesting. And you should have done it here, right? This was the moment to do it. Yeah. Okay. So pop, pop, pop. Now this is a very patient move. It says a very patient move. I would be tempted by here, 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 and the very simple and I think true claim that you have great compensation. Because you will gain more time by whacking the queen, and it's not going to be easy to develop this dude without losing the coconut, right? Okay. But if you can get away with this, then okay. Bishop e6. So frisky, right? Because you could have just taken it, Bowers. I mean, because now you have a good position on knight takes c6 and bishop takes. And you're better because you have the two bishops and the better structure, yada, yada. So what I want you to see here is you're giving away time. How many times does Kraai talk about time? So when your opponent is up in time, they should consider opening the position. So that would be the thing to worry us. And we might say, okay, I'll take, and now I'm nervous because of the monstrosity of development that black has. Yeah. Development, my friends. Development. Good move. That, and by the way, Kostya came up with a great rule of thumb. If you're not going to mate the dude when you play bishop h3, then don't do it. It's just a waste of time. Definitely applies here. You could play bishop h1 here. There's no real problemo. And for that reason, black should play bishop g2 first before b takes c6. So bishop b2. I like bishop h1 just because, especially after the fool played bishop pawn takes c6, you just have a great piece. Look at that thing. You're doing great. Still, you're better here. Queen d4, okay. Okay. You're very patient. You're very patient. I like that. Holy cacholis. Holy camarolis. What is going on here? Okay, time out. So it got a little loopy, and it got loopy because you put your queen kind of funny. So let's talk about El Correctamundo. You should play queen d3, Bows. Queen d3. Yeah. Kick him around. Your bishop's better. You know, you got the long-term prospectos. And one thing I've been noticing is players are often obsessed at this level with making a threat. So what do I mean? You're trying to create some kind of drama on the f6 square. But even if we played queen h4, right? Let's say we got to that position, queen h4. If it was our move, would we take on f6? No, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Our bishop's too good. So the queen is going on this big old adventure, and that's how black surprisingly gives you a little drama with knight g4. So, yeah, let's keep it nice and simple, Bows. This piece is developed. This one is not. So let's trade them off. Okay. Pop. 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 Queen e4. This is fascinating. Okay. So queen takes, and we definitely need some annotations here. We definitely need some annotations. So, it's hot. We could, first of all, play king takes g7 and get something like equality. Dude goes for it. You snip. It now gets super interesting. F5. Queen g5. And people hate it when I say this, but this would be a moment to really go deep, thinking about, is there some way for black to save his skin here? The reason to think that maybe they could survive is because your rook on a1 isn't in, right? It's not participating. So the candidate moves would be queen f3, hoping to exchange some stuff, or the brutalistic king f7, intending rook g8. Yeah, he might survive. And why? Because this rook isn't involved, right? This is a blunder. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, good. So that was Think Lazy. And that's the grad show for today, my friends. That's the grad show for today. Pretty good business. Kostya is coming right on. So, get on, I say. So, that was fun. I'll be back next Tuesday. I do the show every Tuesday. I do other shows too, but this is the one I try, whether even it's July 4th or whatever, I always try to do this thing. So, my friends, I'm out of here. Adios, auf Wiedersehen.